Hi travelers, Tara here. I want to thank Angie G for checking in with me yesterday. She's like, she hasn't sent out newsletters or she hasn't done an open reading in a while, and I was wondering if you were okay. Yes, I'm fine. Just been very, very busy. I think that I have pretty much kind of wrestled everything back the way it should be. I'm still a bit catching up. So this is going to be an open reading for you. Just so you guys know, I have a 30-minute video special right now on sale. You can go to the website. You can find the address here at the bottom of the screen, underneath the description box of the video, as well as in the About box section. Website members, I think y'all got my newsletter yesterday, so that means that your already discounted member price is also discounted on this 30-minute video reading. So, and that's just to give you guys back some love for bearing with me these past couple of weeks. I really don't know what to tell you guys. You guys are so awesome. So, oh, and by the way, those of you who don't have your sun charts, which would be everybody, your solar charts on the website, hit me up through the support desk and tell me if you want it or not. It's no charge for you. I'm giving that to you. So, of course, depending on the number of people who respond, give me some time to get all of that done. And so that chart will just be for you if ever you decide you want to purchase the transit tutorial. You will already have that particular chart, okay? So you'll have two charts from me. And then, of course, during the transit tutorial, I show you how to read those particular charts and how to read the transits, okay? So that's that. So that being said, we're going to use the Impressionist Tarot. I have the Angel Answer and the Romance Angel cards, and I don't know, I pulled out the La Vida Sabilas for clarification. Something just tells me that I should, and so we're going to go ahead and lay the cards. Now, of course, website members, all of your individual and your individual romantics love readings are already posted to the site. Just want to get one more good shuffle on here. This is a general reading, and the messages will not resonate with everyone. That does require a personal reading. I do hope that everyone is able to get a bit of something out of whatever messages come across. So, here we go. Oh. We have the Four of Pentacles. Now, I will arrange these so that you can see them, so just kind of bear with me a second here. Okay, we have the Four of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups. I don't know why you can't see that, okay? And I will try to do the best that I can. Ace of Cups. And then we have the Page of Cups. Wow. Wheel of Fortune, and I will show you these. The Ten of Swords. Now remember, every deck has a different language, okay? So just because that Ten of Swords has come out, it doesn't mean the same thing that it would mean with the Rider-Waite deck. Excuse me. The Justice card has come out. That's very interesting. The Eight of Cups. Here is a King of Cups. Wow, there's a lot. Excuse me, a lot of cup energy here. Ah, well, and then the Eight of Swords. Now, some of you are very worried about something. This is either a legal issue. Most definitely, it is some kind of, it could also be a contractual issue. Most definitely, there is a bunch of emotions in this. Now, what is interesting is that I have two major arcana cards here. Let me see what's under the deck. And I have the 5 of coins. This is the overhanging energy. So we've lost a coin here, in one respect. Let me show you the cards. There's the 4 of coins, the Ace of Cups, the Page of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, the 10 of Swords, and the Justice card. Now, for some of you, I would dare say that this legal issue, I won't say it won't be in your, for some of you, it won't be in your favor. For others of you, it's not going to turn out the way that you think. 8 of Cups, can you see that? That is a train either pulling into a station or leaving. I don't know which one. Here we have the King of Cups. Now, traditionally, he is not associated with law, but one of the old interpretations is that he is associated with the law and legalities. You would think that would be the King of Swords, but it's actually the King of Cups. And then here we have this 8 of Swords. Now, I do not have any, oh yeah, I have 2 8s, repeater numbers. Now, we know that on the one hand, 2 8s can speak to obstacles, hassles, and delays, kind of slowing you down. The other one is that you're beloved and you will be going on a trip. Okay, well, we have this, and we have this Wheel of Fortune. Sometimes the Wheel of Fortune can speak to international travel, world travel, travel at quite some distance away to a foreign place or a foreign land. Now, foreign doesn't necessarily mean traveling all the way to, let's say, China. It could be that you live in New Mexico, but you've got to travel all the way to Maine. That would be a foreign land to you, a foreign place, and it is quite a distance. There's also these ships in the background of this King of Cups. He's sitting on a bluff here. So I have 3 different landscapes, as it were. I have an open field, so to speak. And then I have this train station. And then I have these boats. Now on that open field, we see horses, right? And so typically the horse, the train, and the boat, whenever I see those kinds of things, what my guides show me is that this is the idea of taking a trip. You may have to be taking multiple types of transportation to get where you're going, or you have to get there as fast as you possibly can, okay? No matter what the mode is, all right? Right in the center, we have this 10 of Swords. And to me, looking at this 10 of Swords, what we see is we see somebody who has been out, I don't know, chopping hay, chopping cotton, whatever it is. They've been out working the fields. They've been out doing whatever it is that they've been doing. And then they have to take a break, okay? There's a break that's needed. Now, sometimes I've seen the 9 of Swords, the 10 of Swords, and the 8 of Swords speak to the idea that there's been a lot of anxiety and worry. And this is kind of a warning that you need to slow down and take a break, okay? Sometimes this may be the idea that there might be a surgery looming, or you may think you have a surgery, or you might need some kind of surgical work. Now, you know I don't do health readings, but these are the things that I've seen. The 2 major arcana cards are the Wheel of Fortune and the Justice card. Now, both of these cards deal with law and legalities. The Wheel of Fortune deals with natural law and secular law. This one deals with man-made, secular law, the actual legalities. This is the Libra card. So it is finding the balance. You see, you can't have, throughout your life, there are choices when, or things happen where either someone has transgressed, maybe they've lied and they've cheated and they've broken secular law. But in breaking that particular secular law or karmic law, it causes some situation in which they've also broken, I said secular, didn't I? I meant natural. If somebody's broken a natural law, that may have put them in a situation where they also have broken secular law, okay? So you cannot really truly have one without the other. This is that idea of do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Treat others the way you want to be treated. That kind of a thing. But the Wheel of Fortune also brings in this element of chance, okay? Of fate. Not necessarily fate, but destiny. Okay, fate is something totally different. Now, I only have one coins card here, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 cups, 2 major arcana, and 2 swords in the actual reading. So whatever this thing is, there's a lot of emotional energy behind it, or around it, or concerning it. This is what I'm looking at here. We see this 4 of coins, and this is someone who, I don't know, is perhaps taking a moment to look over the things that he has, the things that he's done, the things that he's accrued, maybe trying to decide whether or not does he want to add any more to it, or does he want to just hang on to what he has. It's an old person, and we could say that maybe this old person has retired, or perhaps that person is thinking about retiring. But the fact of the matter is that no matter which side of the coin the figure falls on in this card, there's a moment where we're trying to make a decision, okay? I also feel that there has been some kind of, in a sense, moving away from something. And the reason why I say that is here. These are 10 swords, but look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 swords. Okay, man, I've been out there toiling away. I done moved away from this situation. Okay, and I need a break. There are 4 swords laying on the ground. So again, there's this idea of this momentary pause. But yet, we still perhaps think or feel that we are either somebody has, in a sense, maybe sabotaged us, or the situation, we feel as though we're being sabotaged in some way, shape, or form. And we also feel as though we can't get out of that situation. The reason why I keep bringing up that term sabotage is because looking at the windmill in the background, the serfs and the peasants back in the old days in I forget where the Dutch live, and they weren't being paid what they were supposed to be getting paid. And they were the serfs. And so all of the people who owned these windmills that ground up all of the grain here, the grist of the mill, so to speak, they were like, oh no, we're not going to do this crap no more. So what they did was they took their wooden shoes and threw them into the cogs and the wheels of this and slowed down the windmills. In effect, everything literally ground to a halt. The wooden shoes are called sabots. So that is where the word sabotage comes from. But sometimes that's also the interpretation of the windmill of our minds, that we're playing something over and over and over again. And by doing that, we keep ourselves stuck. Nothing is happening. We have in effect kind of ground to a halt. And the only thing that's working is our fears or our anxieties or our worries. Now we see that 2 offers have come in. Here's the Ace of Cups, and then here's this page. Now, this page speaks about the promise of flowers and champagne and fun romance, but we know that he is, or it is, a rather fickle kind of an offer. It's an opportunity. It goes from an actual opportunity coming through to the actual offer showing up in some way, shape, or form. This offer, whatever it is, changes things. It changes the entire dynamic of a situation. But there's also some, I don't know, some strife or some argument or some two sides of the thing that we're not exactly sure, or it has caused a situation in which someone has either broken karmic law or secular law, and are both, and we may have to go to court. Okay, here is the, and there's this, Libra is a partnership sign, whether this is romance or business. The Eight of Cups, though, says that you know, you're going to have to leave behind whatever this thing is that that has created this, and you can, in effect, by doing that, you can, by getting some clarity on it, really how you feel about the situation, you can move away from this. It is this King of Cups in which I don't quite understand what he's trying to say to me. Now, I don't know if this is the idea that maybe you got invited to go somewhere and suddenly for some reason that fell through, and you are questioning whether or not this might have been done on purpose, or if the person is not being upfront with you, or perhaps that maybe you fear that whatever that offer was to go visit, or somebody coming to visit you, is not going to come to fruition. This Five of Coins speaks about, fives speak to a changing energy. So this would mean, this is what overhangs the whole thing. So that would in effect give us, we go from a 5 to a 4. So that would affect, kind of give us another Ace of Coins. So something, a new element being introduced, something done differently, a new something has come in. What I want to read is this Eight of Cups. And this 5 talks about being on the same page with everybody. Everybody having to orchestrate things exactly the way that they should be, so that we can all play together in harmony, in a harmonious group. Not standing out, so to speak. But it also speaks to change. 5 speak to some external change, as if everything was going along fine, and then suddenly something happens and it changes the whole situation. So this, let me read this 5 of Pentacles. It says, nourish your soul with music, dance, and beautiful objects of art. You deserve to feel attractive too. Invest in something, large or small, that looks good on you. The keywords are art, music, meditation, and then peace of mind. And we see that there's no peace of mind in this situation. We see that. So something has discombobulated this. And I don't think this is a financial issue. At least not from your end, but that you are being affected perhaps maybe financially through maybe some kind of legal issue. I want to look at this Eight of Cups. This is the one that is, it says, it is time to find your promised land and to claim new territories and explore new horizons. Don't be disappointed by setbacks and postponements. The key words are progress, completion, achievement, and satisfaction. As if you do recover from this in some way, shape, or form. And maybe this recovery comes through the guise of this King of Cups, who tells us, it says the King of Cups symbolizes business, law, or the ministry. And you might need an advisor for guidance. You might play such a role yourself. The keywords are kindness, generosity, compassion, and creativity. And perhaps this is the idea that whatever this Wheel of Fortune, Ten of Swords has come, as you move through it, you're going to meet with someone who's going to be sympathetic to your situation and your plight, and may offer to help you. And maybe what this Eight of Swords is saying is that you might fear that if you allow that person to help you, you're going to feel indebted to them in some way. Or when you back the law. I want to read these two swords. The 10. Try to find shelter or shade because you're about to get burned. Luckily, the sun moves swiftly. If you can get out of the way in time, you'll heal quickly. The key words are defeat, disruption, distress, and exhaustion. And that's what you're worried about. Almost as if the cards are saying you're too tired to even just deal with it. You need to find a way to free yourself from the bonds of entrapment. Cut ties, slip out the back door, and try not to fall into the same trap again. The keywords are bondage, entrapment, imprisonment, and victimization. I want to read this Justice card. Then we're going to pull cards on this. You might find that you are not completely in the right. The Justice card makes it clear that you'll be held fully responsible for your role in any misunderstandings, miscommunications, and mistake. This card can also be literal. It can signify legal paperwork, lawsuits, and court hearings. The keywords are fairness, impartiality, honesty, negotiations, agreements, and settlements. And I think this is what this is that some of you have been offered something to resolve this situation, but I think you're worried about accepting it. Or that maybe that, oh, hold on, because I want to see if I can, maybe this is the idea that you need to ask for help, and you are loath to do so. We're going to look at the Four of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords, and the two Eights next to these two, because it looks like some of you were moving along, things were changing for you. You decided on this course of action. I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And then something changes. Something comes in to change this. Next to the Wheel of Fortune brings a message that you will have success in all that you undertake at this time. It is a positive sign to go forward with your plans. But I think perhaps what has happened is that there was a new opportunity or offer that came in that may have threw you off your game, so to speak. Let's look at this Ten of Swords. And then we're going to pull cards on this. And I think that a lot of this energy is coming from that Jupiter in Libra last year. So I think that for some of you, these are things. Remember, I was saying to you that sometimes it will occur the following year where you have to try to, but the whole time that the Jupiter and Libra aspect was happening was preparing you for whatever separations, divorces, new partnerships, legal issues that you were going to have to be dealing with this year. Even, yes, for some of you into next year. I think that for many of you, there's nothing here except that being with next to two tens now, because the Wheel of Fortune is a 10, and the two tens say the end of a relationship or phase in a relationship, but it also speaks to a career change for the better. It's almost like you're going to have to make a decision about what is the best thing. And for some of you, it's very difficult to decide, do I do the romance or do I do the work? And I think that's a choice that you guys are being put into. And you're having difficulty deciding. Now, I don't know if this means that somebody has to move, wants to move, will need to move. Maybe you've lost something through some kind of legality or contractual issue. The town ain't big enough for the two of us. Ten of Swords. That doesn't tell me anything next to these two major arcana cards. Eight of Cups. This is definitely a decision that some of you are going to have to make, and I think you are loath to make it. It's like you want both, but the universe says you can't have both, so you're having to decide. Well, the Eight of Cups tells me nothing, so we look at the Eight of Swords. It's almost to me as if this Page of Cups that comes in it's sort of like that reward. Like, okay, you can't have that, but if you take this, there's something else in it for you. I just don't know if, I just don't think you see that. You're having difficulty seeing that. No, nothing. Now, let me see what this Justice card is telling me, just on the off chance that it tells me about having other swords around it. You know, I think you feel like it's kind of like a consolation. No, it isn't what I really want. I really want this. Isn't that funny? Now, here's something. It says, the Justice card implies that a fair and just decision has been made after a situation has been fully investigated. It tells that justice has been served. The Justice card asks that you rely upon your intuition and go ahead with your plans. Do not allow anyone to sway you from your path or influence you against your better judgment. Justice tells of a focus on matters concerning the law and partnerships. If you are in the throes of obtaining justice, especially with legal documents, solicitors, and all types of legal actions, the outcomes are successful. If your issue relates to career choice, the Justice card leans favorably towards social work, the police force, careers involving legal issues, and government departments. Let's pull cards. And sometimes to me, this Eight of Swords reads just like fear. Immobility. You're afraid to make a decision or make a move. And remember how I always talk to you about how fear is a real bastard? Okay, well, Viaggio, there's another trip here. Costanza, the immutability, the changing nature of it. It's the constancy of it. And the Letterato. What's interesting is that everybody's facing this way. See those horses? Something coming back around. The situation, although it has changed, there's still some kind of constancy to it. The same thing. The same, I don't know, should I stay, should I go? Kind of an issue. And the Letterato, the discovery. This is the man of letters, the man of science. So this could also, like I say, be some kind of communications or legal issue. Okay? I'm going to look quickly at this Eight of Swords here. And then we're going to pull one angel answer card. What is this fear that you have concerning this King of Cups? There he is. He's shown up again. Ah. The Lamante, lover, female. But look, they're faced opposite each other. If I wanted to see something, I'd want them to see them like this. But they're not. They're like this. Yep, there it is. And the Ammalato. Well, I don't know quite what to tell you about those situations because I don't necessarily see any movement or news, or that doesn't mean that it won't be coming. That's why you have personal readings. The cards just don't want to speak on it, at least not in this open setting. Oh, there it is. The situation will improve. Your angels want you to know that they are aware that things look difficult right now. However, the situation is going to improve. It may take some time, and there will most likely be some hard work ahead of you. But the effort you put forth will be worth it, and things are going to get better. Now is not the time to give up on wounded friendships or ailing relationships. There is still hope for the future. Take heart and continue to work toward a partnership where both parties are fulfilled and happy in the future. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that all is going to go right the way you remember. That was the first thing I said. I said to you, for some of you, the situation is not going to turn out the way that you think it will. So, you know, don't assume that because you heard what you wanted to hear, that relates to you. This is a general reading. And I would be remiss in saying, yay, for everybody, everything's going to be okay. That's not true. So that's what I have for you. Again, I've got that 30-minute video special. I don't know how long I'm going to be running it. It's $10 off, I believe. Come over and take a look and go ahead and book if you like. Until next time, namaste. A quick note, there's Almas B. I sent you your email to book your transit tutorial last week. I have not heard from you. Please check your spam folder so that we can get you set up to get your thing. I'm sorry, y'all, I had to put that in there because I meant to do it at the beginning. All right, that's it. Namaste. Get in touch with me, Almas. Bye.